Hello friends, it's Jim O'Rear. Welcome back to Jim O'Rear's Wacky World. On today's video, we are going to see what happens when an old man goes into an arcade. Me being the old man. I have not been in an arcade in forever, and my son came in for Thanksgiving and went, hey, let's go to the arcade and play some games. So, I had no idea what to expect. And it was strange because while things were so much the same, there were things that were different and things that I never knew existed, which were plays or sort of different versions of what I knew as a kid going to the arcades. And I thought it was really interesting to see some of this stuff that I did not know existed. You may know that it exists and may be younger than I am, but take a look at what this old man found in the arcades. Walking into the arcade, I'm thinking, hey, if they've got pinball and Pong, I am good to go. And what's the first thing that I see when we enter? It's a Pong machine. Pong was the very first video game I ever had, and I think probably the first one that came out. And this is interesting because it's competitive Pong, and 4 people can play and try and score on each other. And it's like old school, that it's like little blocks. It's not even digital. It's like magnet operated or something. It has a little block, a physical block that bounces around between your physical paddles. Pretty cool, huh? And then I looked over and there's Hungry Hungry Hippos. I know that board game, except this is a giant version of the board game, and you can ride the hippos and try and catch the balls like that with the hippos. And speaking of board games come to life, Connect 4 is also a giant video game. Who knew? I didn't. I guess a lot of people do. But you can play this giant board game right here. And going back to more old school stuff, there's Space Invaders, a giant version, except with big laser guns. Very cool. I remember Space Invaders. And also, the world's largest Pac-Man machine. So, old school stuff. These things I remember, they've just morphed. And I had no idea they were still around and morphed. Luigi's Mansion, I used to play on GameCube. Now they have this huge box that you can play it in. And in the game, you suck up ghosts with a vacuum, and you can see they're holding like little vacuum controllers there that they suck it up with. So, old school stuff still around. I'm happy to see that. Now, I don't know much about Halo. I know it's a popular game, and I think you just shoot people. But this is pretty cool. This is a giant Halo machine, and everybody's got their little laser guns and go on missions, I guess, and kill stuff. And being a horror fan, I was also excited to see that they have an Alien video game. Now, it's Alien Covenant. Not a good alien, but it's cool to see the aliens in action. I did expect to see some Disney games, especially in Orlando, and there's this Disney Crossy Road, and I thought, hey, what is this? It's like old school, kind of 8-bit, 16-bit, whatever, but you can choose like Lion King or Wreck-It Ralph or, whatever, and it's Frogger. I mean, it's Frogger with Disney characters made like old school. Pretty cool. And speaking of old school, the machines that you drop coins in and you try and knock stuff off? Well, this is a Star Trek machine, and I had no idea people still collected trading cards. But you put the coins in there and you try and knock off these collectible Star Trek trading cards. And look, from the original series. Pretty cool. Now, axe throwing is a super popular craze now, and here's Hatchet Hero, which is a safe version of axe throwing, and it's inside this little cage. And when you look here, you see there's actually these plastic axes, and this is what you throw and try and hit the target with. So pretty cool. So it's like a all ages type thing. So those are just a few of the things that I had no idea existed in an arcade. There you have it. So much the same as when I was a kid, but so much different and mutated and different versions. But it was very interesting, I think, to see that a lot of the stuff, even Pong, that was like the very first home console, is still in existence in the arcades. Very cool. And I did win this. I won it's a Cthulhu Troll. I don't know if you can see that or not. but it's it's Cthulhu made like a troll. And again, trolls from when I was a kid and new versions of that. So anyway, and who knows, the troll is green, and the green screen may just, you probably just didn't even see a thing, but there you go. So I hope you have enjoyed watching this video. If you have, click that like button to let the powers that be know that you like the video, and while you're at it, click on subscribe or follow, and you'll be notified when I upload new videos. So thanks again for watching, and we'll see you next time.